So the journey has started and the all share index continued to print all-time high. For the first time in the history of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, or let me call it the Nigeria Exchange Group, all share index actually hit 114,616.8 basis points, which translates to a Thursday gain of 1.63%, which amounts to 1,835 basis points. And that is why I'm currently doing this video. So we see what we plan to do. We are gradually leaving this zone, and just like I said in my previous video, when I said the all-time high, I said history being made. And I think this is it here. I said history being made, and I explained to you guys that now that we are at the all-time high, we will continue to see stocks shoot around. Stock will continue to shoot like never before, and you guys want to be in the right stock, because like everything that goes up will come down. But we are expecting the all share index to hold 110 as the new support area. I don't want to mention 109 rather, but I think 110 will be fine. And if there is possibility that we'll stay around 112, we'll continue to look at the game. And we're going to look at for a possible pullback or a straight run to 120 basis point. So these are all the things we are going to look at for today. And we're still going to look at market report, most especially the top gainers and top losers, which is where if you're smart, you're able to pick what to buy and what to sell as we move to the new week. And we are still going to look at some insider dealings. We are still going to look at some insider dealings. We're going to look at some informations that are coming out from different companies and see how we can take advantage of this information. So guys, without wasting time, my name still remains Investor Joe, and you are welcome to the Financial Edge, where we teach on how to gain financial freedom via trade and investment. Because if you are free financially, you're able to solve 85 if not 99% of your problem, because every other area of your life need finance to actually solve the issues that you have there. So that is why finance is very, very key. I want to repeat that again. Finance is very, very key. Marriages today will go apart because of money. Friends will go apart because of money. Friends will let you be alone if you don't have money. So it is necessity. Somebody asked me, if you don't have money, nobody will come around you. I said, then go and get the money. Don't change the narrative that you want people to appreciate people that don't have to. It is just how the way the life is. You can't edit it. We hope it change. Even you yourself, sometimes you respect those that have more than those that don't have. So it is a simple thing to understand. So just in case you are in that shoe, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you subscribe already, key into it and ensure you watch every of my videos. Now I'm giving you the milk. You understand? I'm giving you the milk. Very soon we will go to the bone, and if you grow along with me, you will find out that we will grow together, because either you like it or not, time is coming. I will outgrown those 20 million, 50 million investments. I'll be chasing billions. That if you don't have billions, I won't give you ears. But now that we are still growing, you have the opportunity. Don't waste it. I'll do a video where I'll show you guys, share some facts with you guys on how you can make money. You actually need mind. Your mind needs to be courageous. I did a video that money trading would make you rich, and that's a key video you need to watch also. And if you've watched it, let me know in the comment section what you've learned, so that somebody who have not watched it will pick from it. So without wasting our time, let's quickly jump into today's business. So looking at the all share index here, we actually predicted this, and it's coming out as we forecast. So let me use that word. So let's come here and pick our FIB2. Let's pick our FIB2. Let's come to this part to take the week from the lowest. Get out. Oh, sorry. So let's take the week from the lowest, which is here. We'll take it to this point, to the week here. So this is week to week. We'll point it here. So now if we look at our 50% retracement, our 50% retracement comes down to around what I said when we started this video, which is 109. You understand? But I, for one, because I have my money in the stock market, I'm just hoping that 110 should be the new support. But the way things are, you see that the markets might continue to shoot up. So this is the 50% retracement that we've gotten, which is around this area, which was once a resistance. So what we are going to see play out is resistance becoming support if at all there is a dip. And that is why you want to watch closely so that you can know when to take profit. Of course, the dip might not take some stocks to their original value. That's one thing you need to note. It might just dip 50% and shoot up again. But for smarter guys who are trading, when you are at the top, you want to take some profit. You want to reduce your exposure while you await for that dip, because that dip will come and you want to take advantage of it. Sometimes when the dips come, everybody is crying, they don't have money, the things are cheap now. That is why I encourage cash flow. If you have a job, if that is when they pay salary, you just dump it there and average down. If you have a business, that's money coming, you put it there and average down. Then when it jump back to green, you take back your money again and have money in the account. That is how you rotate money each time we talk about cash flow. So you can see where the 50% retracement is. So let's take it off and let's predict the price we'll be able to see it based on this movement. Let's take the FIB2 again. This time around, we'll take it from top to bottom. I'm not saying what you are thinking. So we'll take it from top to bottom. This is the bottom here. So this is we are doing week to week. So this is week. So now this is the week. So let's look at the possible movement. So you can see from this week now, we've seen how the market has continued to move up, and the next target we are seeing is actually 120. So question, can the all share index hit 120? But from what we are saying, let's pick from here and measure the distance we have from this part, and let's see how the growth is going to be. So from this current place to this place is 5%. So the question is, can we get 5% this week from the all share index, although we have only 4 trading days? So even last week that we had 4 trading days, we saw what happened. We'll check it now. We see the volume that was traded on Thursday. So what are you seeing in that volume? Money is coming in, guys. Money is coming in, because even with that volume, you can see all these places that it is green. Maybe there is volume and it is red. We'll say people are taking out money. So foreign investors have confidence now, and money is coming in into the market, guys. I kid you not. You have to take position as soon as possible, because by June, you'll be shocked how the market is going to skyrocket, which we are currently seeing. A lot of guys are coming in to take position, so you also want to be smart. For me, I'm fully invested. If you check my portfolio, I only have a little cash, and that little cash, I just save it. Maybe I can pull it out, or I can just buy little things because it's too small and I don't want to buy stuff. Instead, if I had a little cash, I will put more money and take position. So 5%. So from this 5%, which we did 1.6%, so for 4 days, if you can do 2%, 3%, of course, 120 is visible. And imagine if the all share index is trading at 120, what do you think other stocks will be? What price would they be? All these stocks that you are seeing, what will they be doing? You understand? Gisco was 68 and it closed 70. This is a sign that what? Volume is coming in. So the question is, I'll tell you one truth. If you close your eye and come to the market and buy any stock, you will make money. But question, how many percentage will you make? And that is what I always tell my premium members. Let's take position now. We are looking at 50. Cadbury gave us 100%, although I cashed out when it was 40%. Nigerian Brewery 100% too. You see a lot of them coming out like that. And we finally taking position in 2. And we are looking at these 2 that as volume is coming, these guys should peak by next month. So waiting period is 1 or 2 months. If 1 or 2 months, you make 50%, guys. And let's say you put 50 million. That's 25 million. It's better than when somebody put 100,000. That's 50,000. I am not saying the money is, every money you are putting in is key, as long as you are playing at your level. Because somebody who is investing 50 million naira, a 10% dip is 5 million. But 100,000, a 10% dip is 10,000. That person can shoulder that 10,000. And that person that is at that level can shoulder that 5 million. So trade at your level. But I am just saying, if you are coming into the market with pipe, you'll be able to take a whole lot of money. I know what I'm saying. This market will not continue like this forever. So join this train, guys. Today you see some stocks in the US market are shooting high. Are you aware that once upon a time, these guys were actually at a penny level, and now you see $200, $500? Look at how Nvidia ran. Look at the raise from little price. Nvidia shoot almost to 1,000, and look at what Okumo Oil did also. So guys, that is one of the reasons why you have to take position. Now I'm taking my time to show you this is what we did. This is two telling us what is playing out. So from these two, we realize that what this is what can play out 120, and the previous one I did, you realize that we can get a pullback to 109 before we have a price continuation. So let's take this off and let's look at, let's take this off and okay, let's take this off. Let's look, okay guys, let's quickly mark this area here so that we're able to track our 200-day moving average. So this is our 200-day moving average, and as you can see, we are currently bullish, and I love tracking this. This gives me sign when I should go out of the market. Though I have another moving average that I use, but at least with this, it actually gives me sign on what to do. So guys, this is one sharp tip, and you see, I've always carried you guys along to show you how this movement is. If you remember the previous video, I showed you that this area need to hold, and this area also need to hold, and fortunately we actually saw a breakout. But I told you that based on fundamentals and based on technical analysis and with what I know, I told you that we are going to break all-time high, and definitely that is what we got. We are currently moving at the all-time high, and of course we want to see price continuation until we get to that 120 region, which I've showed you guys using the FIB 2 that we only need the all share index to move 5% to get to the what, to the all-time high of all share index. Currently we are still at the all-time high, and there are still some interesting stocks to buy. So what we'll do is let's quickly jump to our weekly report and let's see volume. So the market opened for 4 trading days this week, as the federal government declared Friday, June 6, 2025 and Monday, June 9, 2025 as public holidays to commemorate 2025 Eid el-Kabir celebration. Meanwhile, a total turnover of 3.214 billion shares worth 76.348 billion in 64,156 D was traded. This market was traded this week by investors on the floor of the exchange, in contrast to a total of 3,790 in total of 3.794 billion shares valued at 119 billion that exchanged hands last week in 89,636 deal. So in other words, what we saw last week was just a child's play. The previous week was actually higher. And now the financial services, which as always led the activity chart with 2.313 billion shares, value at 52.241 billion traded in 27,326 deal, thus contributing 71.96% and 68.43% to the total equity turnover, volume and value respectively. So the ICT sector also led, followed by 301.996 million shares worth 5.026 billion in 4,137 deals. Third place was the consumer goods, which that is where we are taking position. You understand? So those in my community know what I'm talking about. With a turnover of 114.438 million shares worth 5.632 billion in 8,093 deals. Trading at the top 3 equity, namely Fidelity, Legend Internet PLC. This stock after IPO, it went up and currently I think it's pulling down, and that's why investors are trying to take position. So Guaranteed Trust Bank Holding Company PLC, measured by volume, accounted for 1.545 billion shares worth 34.446 billion in 4,939 deals, contributing 48.06% and 45.12% to the total equity turnover, volume and value respectively. So guys, let's look at turnover for the last 3 days. Jumping at June 5, which is last Thursday, we have 16,000 deal. Even though that of Monday was higher, Tuesday was higher, we still see a turnover which is high in volume, 1.4 billion, compared to total turnover of 33 billion. Guys, I told you guys we are going higher. And if you look at the deals, we have stock traded 27, advanced 41, and decline 22. So we have the highest so far, and we have stocks that remain unchanged, 64. So we actually had good Thursday, which was 5th of June, and we had good numbers. You can see very huge. That tells you that volume is coming in. And so this is the chart that represents the financial services, which is 72%, and we also have the ICT, which is 9%. Then we have the consumer goods, which is 5%. Then we have others. So let's quickly jump to our okay, we've talking about this all share index market capitalization appreciated by 2.57% to close the week at 114,661.75 basis points, which amount to 72.275 trillion. So we are looking at this area coming to 100 trillion, guys. 100 trillion. Is it doable? Is it possible? We are going to get it. We are going to get there this year. So imagine if we are trading at 100 trillion, how much will be your portfolio? What returns will you claim that your portfolio has given you? So we have a summary for the week. So 53 equities appreciated in price during the week, lower than 56. And we have lower than 56 equities in the previous week. So 43 equities depreciated in price, lower than 44 in the previous week, while 52 equities remain unchanged, higher than 48 recorded in the previous week. So let's quickly jump to top gainers so that this video will not be too long. We have OANDO. OANDO actually shoot a price. I'm considering doing a video on OANDO and to see the prospect and why you need to see how to take position in OANDO. Don't forget, I gave OANDO when it was 5, no, when it was 3, and it got to 7, which made us 100% in 2023. And we also joined the race in 2024, which we entered below 10 and we shoot. And I actually sold at 97. And I told my community when I was selling, and those who want to join me, join. And very few are still holding. Then we are riding again. And don't forget, OANDO declare 1 for 12. Twice in this year. So we've qualified for the first one. The second one will be ending of this month. We have Lasaco also, which actually shoot up. OANDO shoot up 25%, Lasaco 21%. And we have Multiverse Mining, which have done 20%. And Cornerstone Insurance, excellent result, 19%. First Oatco, 17%. Going Places, May Baker also 16%. Fitsin, 16%. We have MTN Nigeria, doing amazing numbers, 13%. We have Champion Brewery. I've done a video about Champion. My guys here, you guys know what I'm talking about. We bought it at 5 and you are in profit. And those who've taken profit already, that's 50%, guys, from 5 to 770. Can you imagine? That's 50%. So congratulations. And also International Brewery gain 12% also. Let's look at top decliners because sometimes you make money from stocks that are going down. We have ABC down 18%. We have Julius Baja. These are some stocks where people bought and they couldn't. So if you bought, wait for a while, everything will bounce back and you get back your investment. Don't forget, you still enjoying dividends. It's just that you're waiting and you might miss out in 1 or 2. But of course, you will still get in another dividends. We still have August. I'll still do a video where I have like some few stocks that will still pay dividends during August. So exercise your patience. Don't feel bad. You are not actually doing anything wrong. It's just the market that didn't respond the way you expected. So don't shoot yourself on the leg. Don't get angry with yourself. So let's move on. We have Legend Internet IPO. I didn't participate, and I also expect guys not to participate, also to wait for a pullback. And we also have Livestock Feed. Livestock still has been getting it hit, has been coming down 12%. I gave Livestock when it was actually below 1 in my community and also on my YouTube channel, though they've dropped it down for now, but hopefully it will be up by next week. So we have eTransact also. eTransact down 11%. We have Lean Africa down 10%, and we also have Corn Oil down 10%. We also have Nigerian Flour Mill down 10%. We have Transcom Hotel down 10%, and we have Cutis. Cutis is down also 10%. Of course, I don't know why people are buying Cutis. Well, let's check the chart of Cutis and let's see why people are buying it. I heard some people are recommending Cutis. I don't know if you're just closing your eye and buying anything you see in the market. Oh, let's quickly jump to. So here is Cutis, and as you can see, I actually saw some people reaching out, they want to buy Cutis. You can see how Cutis fall off the cliff and it's coming down here. And if you check their report, I think they don't have anything amazing. So for me, if you're buying this, it's just pure gambling because you are not actually in full. But if you're looking at long term, when you say long term, we're looking at 2-3 years. Maybe by then they must have fixed their earnings and all that. But most people are carried away that they are doing cables and all that. There are a lot of foreign cables. In fact, there are people that prefer to use foreign cables. And recently, I think Coleman just raised some cool cash. We have Ninja Chain. So there are a lot of competitors in the space, and I think that is the people that are taking the market share of Kutis, and that's why we are seeing some dip based on what they reported from their earnings. You can tell that they are actually suffering. So if you want to suffer with them, fantastic. But for me, I won't have that time to do that. So let's quickly jump to other platforms. So that is Kutis that we looked at for. So before we call it a day, we'll look at two gainers and we'll look at top two gainers and top two losers. So let's quickly jump to price adjustment. So far, we've had Julius Baja. The dividend has been deducted, which was 3 naira 25 kobo, and the ex-dividend price amount to 133.75 kobo. So we have Skyway Aviation, which was actually 59 naira, and we saw 60 kobo deducted, and the price amount to 58.40. And we have Sunu Assurance, which also 5 naira 40 and paid 10 kobo. And we saw the price deducted from, if you subtract 10 from 5 naira 40 kobo, we have 5 naira 30. So I would advise you, you are new, you are strange, all these things are looking strange, just continue. Very soon you understand. Don't just look at it and say, I don't think I will understand this, and jump out. Or maybe you are down your portfolio 30,000, 50,000, and you are worried. Of course, it's money, you should be worried, but just know that it's a phase. It's a phase. You still pass that phase. So because of that, don't take some decision that you don't have anything to do with trading again. By the time you come back 5 years time, you will regret, because now you know these prices. When you now check the price, you feel bad. So I want to encourage you, those of us that our portfolio are down, maybe we entered a stock and we couldn't sell and all that. Exercise patient. Exercise patient. Take a note, learn your lesson, and don't repeat it. I bet you, if you don't repeat your mistakes, you make it in this market. So don't allow your emotion to get over you. So what other report do we have? The federal government listing of bonds for May, and you can see notify May issuance and all that. So we see the symbol, we see the percentage, that's 16.17% for May, and we have 17.17% for May. So the data of June, I think, has ended yesterday or 2 days ago. So you can see the unit, see the returns, and see the tenor. So those of you that are afraid that you cannot withstand maybe 1,000 down or 10,000, 50 down, depending on your portfolio size, I bet you maybe you just gonna be doing federal government savings bond, so that you just smile with your 17% a year. You understand? But don't get jealous when somebody telling you that they made 50%. Don't say, that person that's making 50%, they were actually one time down 10%, 5%. So it is strange for you to understand some simple things. Let me tell you one of those simple things. Losing is part of winning. The day you understand that, the day you realize that all things work together for your good. If you can achieve this, if you can grasp or you can comprehend this information I just give you, losing is part of winning. I'll give you an example. There are some things you lose in the past. If you turn back now, you discover that you actually won. You understand? And if you look at your portfolio, there are some stocks that were actually down. For example, some people bought OANDO. OANDO got to 37, 35. If they sold, they actually realized they are lost. At that point, the person will say, my portfolio is actually losing. I bought at 40. The price is not 35. Today, OANDO is 56. And there is certainty that by Tuesday, when the market will open, OANDO will be at 61 or 62 because of the information. And of course, their Q1, based on what we've seen, we expect their Q1 to be good also. So imagine what will happen going forward. And the stock has touched 97, 98 before pulling back. So you can see the upside potential. So losing is part of winning. I want you to understand that. So what other information do we need here before we jump to picking two top gainers and two top losers? So let's pick OANDO. OANDO top gainers for the week. Let's see OANDO. On how to get this information. So this is OANDO for you, and as you can see, there is a chart that has a lot of information on how to trade this for my community. Although that chart is no longer here. I told every stages to load. I told my community, and so far, this is one area also that I said this is a steal. When it got to 36, 50, I told them this OANDO price is a steal. It got to this place again. I shouted. I said this price is a steal. And now we are back up. So what we need to do is to sustain. Once we sustain this trend going forward, once we sustain this trend, at least we should see the price getting up to that point. We should see the price You should see the price getting up to this point. Let me just let this thing align. Of course, this is the next place we are looking at, which is 62. So if the market, if OANDO pushed to 62 on Monday and was able to close at 62, of course, the next area we'll be looking at is above 70. And why do I think it will get there? I'm thinking it will get there because 30th of this month, OANDO will be doing 1 for 12. So if you have 12 OANDO, you'll be given one free bonus shares. The beautiful thing about the bonus share is it's not going to be deducted from like we see in other companies that are giving out extra shares. You know, it will be deducted from the bonus, but this one will not be deducted. It's just a free. It's just a way of saying thank you and all that. That's the dividends. Note that this exercise will be done for 3 years. So in other words, in 3 years you'll be making 50% from OANDO alone. So imagine I am my first wealth circle club. We bought this, we've qualified, and definitely we will be qualified. We'll qualify for the second tranche also. That will make us 1 for 6. So our calculation now is 1 for 6 because we've qualified twice. So those who are just buying now will be getting 1 for 12, but we will be getting 1 for 6 because by June 30th we'll be qualified for the second tranche, even though they are yet to distribute it. But we know we are qualified and we are sure they are going to release it. So that is OANDO for you. Let's quickly jump and see the another top gainers, which is Lasaco. Let's quickly look at Lasaco. It's also a top gainers. So this is Lasaco, and the right time to go into Lasaco is around here. Though Lasaco is currently experiencing a pullback, and we'll watch at the market if it's still going to push up. So right here, we can see the resistance 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one will always break out, which we've experienced here before we see a pullback. So let's quickly look at the top losers. So the top losers, we have ABC Transport. So let's look at ABC. So this is ABC Transport. So this is ABC Transport. So pullback is coming. This is support. This is another support. And this is another support also. This stock has actually done well. You can see this movement from this area shoot straight to this point. So those who actually enjoying this ride, they should be sitting in huge profit. But if I were in the shoe, I would have taken profit around this area. So that is ABC for you. So the next one I want to look at is JB. So that's Julius Baja. So Julius Baja is another unique one to pay attention to. So just what we have, this is a support area. Another support to pay attention to is around this area here also. Want to pay attention. If he's not able to hold on here, it will break out this place and we'll be seeing a 96, 98. But for those of us who actually bought for dividends, so sorry you can't sell your shares now because the share is actually illiquid. That's why I actually swapped Julius Baja for MPF. MPF is liquid, although the price is down now, but it's not too far from entry compared to that of even that of Julius Baja is not too far from entry. So at any moment from now, just know that you wait a while. Any moment from now, we'll see an uptick, which will give you an opportunity to sell at a profit. So this is Julius Baja for you, and this is actually the top loser. So maybe we'll take another 10% from here, and that will make it to be 108. 108 to be around this region, which will not actually hold ground. So we'll be expecting another, so 99, 98, which is around this area here, will be the next support area. So I don't want it to get to this part because of you. I want you guys to sell before coming here. But any which way, just respond as the market is acting. So that's why you need to be liquid. When I mean liquid, you need to have cash where you can throw into the market to take advantage. And once it is up, you take it out. That is what we meant when we say cash flow. So that is what you should consider doing going from now. So from now henceforth, you should have a proper plan. Learn your lesson now. Take a pen and paper, put it down so that you know you've learned lessons. So number one, at the end of the year, you might come up with 10 lessons, 5 lessons, which can help you as you move ahead in the trade. Don't just say, I've learned my lesson next time. You find out that you repeat it again next time because it is emotion and it is greed. So guys, I think from these two, we don't want this video to be too long. We've actually done 2 gainers, which is OANDO and Lasaco. And also we've done ABC and Julius Baja. So at your spare time, if you know analysis, in case you don't know much about analysis, I have a video on my channel where I actually teach you how to do all this. So you can go check it, and this is where you can get the information which I've posted here. So don't just overlook and look, try and also do some things yourself. So go and check each of these and see if there's any buy opportunity. So we have these, we've done with all these. So the next thing I want to show you guys right now is actually some insider dealing, some informations that have been released in the market. So for this is Aradel. Adebola Adesina actually purchased Aradel, and it actually bought a nice unit, 1,500,000 units. And if you multiply that by 506.25, which is actually the price he bought, that will tell you how much this guy invested. And let's look at his position. He's actually chief finance officer. That gives us an insight that this guy should know what is going on. The guy don't need to know, guys. Let me just tell you, Aradel is Aradel is a unique company. They are in order, everything is set, and that's what I will tell you. I actually started trading Aradel when it was at NASD. I actually bought my first tranche, 3,500. That was when I bought my Aradel. So it's not something that I used to shout. So they are consistent in their interim dividends and in their final dividends, and that is why they are better than OANDO in terms of dividend payout. But with OANDO now paying 1 for 12, which if you are getting it twice, which as a club we are doing so, we'll be getting what? 2, that is 1 for 6. That's what we'll be getting as a club, which qualification date is 30th of this month. And we know that Q1 will be released before then, and the Q1 will be excellent, which will also push the market. And any moment from then, maybe a month or two later, we'll be expecting Q2, and that will actually send the price to the roof. Remember, it's not a buy or sell signal, just showing you what to be. So for those of us who watch my dividend tracker, you will know that, okay, this is an insight that Aradel also is paying interim dividends, which is not included in that tracker. So just like I told you guys that there are other informations that are not there, which are reserved for the dividends. But I just give you one now. You can add to it. You have 13. But any other subsequent one will be for those in the community. So this is one information. Another information to look out for is Sovereign. Sovereign is actually paying 5 kobo for their dividends, and the current price is 1 naira, and the contribution date is actually 5th of September, and payment is 25. And if you come here and check Sovereign Insurance, see what they are doing. They are currently selling for 1 naira, you see. And if you are getting 5 kobo, that is 5%. So if you're interested in getting 5% dividends, I think you should look out for this stock and see how you can take it and see how you can get your profit. So it dips this price. So when market opens, if you can get it below 1, if you're interested in that 5 kobo dividend, which is 5%, you should be. But consider your buy and sell charges, which will be around, let's say 2%. So that will be 3%. But if you are considering trading, you should know that you make some money. So decide which one you want. So if you are getting in now for 5 kobo, you can still wait and the market can still reward you for your patience. So let's look at another information. You know what just happened. Just pretend you don't know. So let's move. We have the next one, which is Dark Communication. So Dark Communication also notify us that they had a change of company secretary. And the next information is Abbey Mortgage. Abbey Mortgage actually forecasted. They gave us a forecast for their earnings that they are going to make 3.3 billion in their gross earnings. And let's jump to profit after tax. They said they will come out with a profit of 398 million for third quarter, which is not a bad one, and which we'll continue to observe. So that's what they did. For them to give us a forecast, let's see what they have for their bank. Let's check the shares and see what we have. So we have, so it's selling for 560. So it's selling for 560. Okay, so 560. Okay, no problem. And this is the information they gave us. This is it. So we'll keep watching and we'll keep seeing how it plays out. So this is CAVERTON. Molar Vessel Supplies Limited actually sold a huge chunk of their shares. That's why they suppressed the price. Let's quickly look at CAVERTON and see the price that CAVERTON closed. Imagine these guys did not sell this unit. So these are some things that are actually pushing the price. So despite the sales, CAVERTON closed at 407. So imagine they didn't sell. So now we've seen that we've ranged for a while here. For full disclosure, I have these shares in my portfolio, and I actually told you guys when I was buying it, though it was on my other channel. So this is one area that the price is going to range. You don't want it to fall. If it falls, it's coming to this part, which is 290, which I think many of you are waiting for it. But those of us that owns it right now, if it comes down here, it's for us to buy more. So this is the all-time high, and I think it's going back any moment from now. We just saw what actually suppressed that movement on Thursday, and on Tuesday we will be able to see it. Look at what they offloaded: 2,670,000. That's what they offloaded 2nd of June, and you see this is some information that 2nd of June actually the price went down. So it was on Thursday that we were able to see this uptick that I showed you guys. I actually thought the transaction was done on Thursday, but from this, we know that it happens on the 2nd of June. So, what other information do you want to look at? I want to look at Nigerian Brewery. For us to know, Nigerian Brewery actually this is a purchase of 75,000 shares at 56.40. And this happened on the 4th of June. Let's quickly jump to see the shares of Nigerian Brewery. And let's see why this man is buying if this is at the point of entry. Don't forget, in my community, we've made 100% from Nigerian Brewery. We bought at 30. And this is the area here where I actually asked them to buy. And now we're adding another push. So if we look at it, let's look at it weekly. Let's see what is going on here. So if we look at it weekly, we've seen a breakout here and a retest. And we're expecting some pullback also. So you want to expect some pullback. So that's what we're looking at. So the person buying actually is buying because of some information he has. So let's quickly jump back and see what is going on. So let's look at what is going on. 75,000 units, not much. 4th of June. So most times you don't want to follow insider dealings. You understand? You just want it to be as a backup. For example, you've done your fundamental analysis, you've done your technical analysis, and everything is actually intact. So that is when you want to consider buying this stock with this information. But you don't just see somebody buying a stock, insider information, and you jump. So you need to know how to trade insider information. There is a whole lecture about that. So, for example, we saw that of CAVERTON. This company can be selling for, maybe they want to buy another vessel or they want to service a vessel and they need money. They have to sell what they have to, because if you check, maybe they actually bought when it was 1 or 2. So now they are profitable. So they need to take some profit to buy what they want to buy. So for you to be sure what is happening, you can go back to CAVERTON earnings and check the name of this company. I'm very, very sure they will tell you the percentage they have and deduct what they sold and see if they're actually selling for profit for trading or they're actually selling for use. They want to use the money. You might not understand. When you start trading, you find out that sometimes you need money. You just have to sell at a loss because of what you need. You know, so that's when you see some people, they will tell you that they bought a particular shares cheap. In fact, they fixed the price and they didn't know it to actually get filled. But somebody somewhere need money and just have to offload what they have. Or maybe a debtor, or they want to use it to pay debt, any which way. So we've explained Nigerian Brewery. Let's really jump to, Abbey. This is a purchase, this is a sales rather, at 2 million shares at 520. So this is one of the things that suppressed the price, even though we saw the price actually doing some nice uptick. Let's look at it again. So it's actually 560. Okay, I think that's fine. 560, and this person bought at 5. This person sold at 520. Okay, so it's still okay. So in fact, I can tell when this transaction was actually happening. I can tell. If you're in my community, you understand what I'm saying. You understand when I was explaining this in the group. So I will not say much. So I think that's all we have for today's market review and market update. And I think you should know what to do with all this information. Don't just consume, take down your note and see where you take action and see what you will do. I've showed you guys how to do all this. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really want to thank you for the show of love. A lot of you send me money, a lot of you send me messages that are encouraging. I want to appreciate you. It is because of you I'm doing this every day, guys. I'm doing this to help every one of you guys. I actually came to YouTube 2018 and I want to learn about trading Nigerian market. I check around, I didn't see any channel. And that is why I was motivated. How come nobody is doing this? In fact, at first, I was angry. I couldn't, I was angry. Then after COVID, I realized that many guys are talking about Nigerian US stocks, but not much people are talking about Nigerian stocks. I say, okay, enough of complaining. Let me be the answer. Let me be the solution to this problem. So I started out with my other channel, which is called the Investors Palace. which Facebook has dropped down, and hopefully everything will be fine to be restored. And that is how I started that channel, and it grew to 5,200 subscribers. We were even planning to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, and now you guys are showing me love in this new channel, because I actually separate the channel. I said, okay, this current one will be for Nigerian stocks, foreign stocks, and real estate, why the previous one will be for crypto. I already have one that I'll use for forest. So then I have another one that I'll use to teach people how to grow on YouTube. Then I have another one for AI, how to use AI to maximize your business. So I just said, let me grow them one at a time. So at this channel now, I'm doing video every day. So to get to a point, you'll be seeing me 2 times in a week. You understand? And possibly I might still be doing it every day, depend on my time schedule and how other channel function. So I just want to see how I can impact the world, help a lot of people to make money. Because guys, it is, I made money here, and I now realize that, okay, for example, I make 2 million from this trade. What if we are 50? What if we are 100? What if we are 1,000 that makes this 2 million? We can have a meeting, we can have a conference, and we'll just contribute token, or I can even make some cool money and use it to create that avenue, and we come together, laugh, gist, drink, and just pick 2 or 3 stock, why I'm buying, give you my conviction, and we all hold on to it and take that step. So that is what I expect to build a community, a community of people. But the problem is, when people join a community for free, they find out that they just mess up everything and they do a lot of things. So that is why sometimes I just put premium, because I can't serve when people are growing like that. So I just put premium. From premium, when I do my, so I'm creating a course. That course should be out when we enter September. So I'm looking at September 1st, that course will be out. So you'll be able to do whatever I'm doing. And if you want to start a YouTube channel, I can also coach you and show you how to go about it, so that we all can reach more people and empower more people. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity. And thank you so much for being supportive followers and partner. I appreciate you all. And I want to say a special thank you to you guys. And thank you once more. So before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, so that I'm going to notify my post enriching videos like this. So before we leave June, we want to hit 1,000 subscribers. So we only need 110 to cross 1,000 subscribers. Share this video to your family and friends. Share it to your enemies. Share it to those who don't like you, so that they will see the reason they need to like you the more. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, so that I get notified to my post enriching videos like this. Until we see again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit and keep impacting your community. I love you all, my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. And to it,